When it comes to vehicle icons, as in this thing right here, the only one that really matters is the arrow. Now on the modern Garmin Drive Smart 66, 76, and 86, the default icon is actually great. There's no problem with it, whether it is in 3-dimensional or 2-dimensional, but on the older one, well, there's a little bit of an issue, and if you face this issue, it's okay because I have downloads ready for you. And the issue is this. When you are looking at this in 3-dimensional view for this arrow, fine, no problem. But when you look at it in 2-dimensional, you see what mine does? It makes a white outline so you can see it easier. Well, depending on which Nuvi Drive or Drive Smart you have, you may not have that white outline. It may just show it as 100% blue, which can make it difficult to see. That's a problem. So if you need this icon specifically so that you have proper visibility in both 3D and 2-dimensional view, no problem. But I've gone one beyond that. And I will show you. I went ahead and put in the vintage icon in here too. Now, if you have been using Nuvi's drives and Drive Smarts for a long time, you may even recognize this from the old C-Series Street Pilot. This one has got that vintage look to it. The white outline is a lot thinner, but it's got that old school, and yeah, it is a little blocky looking, but it has that old school flavor to it. As a matter of fact, if I switch this over, because I have it on the modern theme right now, if I just use the stock Garmin theme, yeah, really looks vintage. I keep that on there just for fun. But the one that I prefer is this guy right here, the 3D arrow. Let me switch that back over to modern. The modern theme, by the way, that one I lifted out of the Drive Smart 50. I think it was the 50, yes. And I just put it into this one. This is a 2497 LMT. So yeah, I've got my 2-dimensional view with the proper 3D arrow. And I threw this up on Internet Archive, so if you want to download it, you can go right ahead and do so. It doesn't really matter when it comes to icons how visible it really is. I would argue yes. Most of the time you don't pay attention to it until you need to, and that's when you're looking at it like this. When you're looking at it like this, when you have to drop to a 2-dimensional view, or if you use a 2-dimensional view all the time, this matters quite a bit. If I switch over to something else, like just some fun type of icon, and I'll just use, yeah, I'll use this one for example. That's Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. Now, of course, yeah, it's a fun icon, but yeah, this doesn't help really. First of all, in 2-dimensional mode, it's gigantic. It's too large. And you have to kind of look at it twice just to figure out what direction you're facing. And if I use, let's just say I stick with the Star Wars theme here, and I use the X-Wing. Again, same thing, looks fine in 3-dimensional, but we go over to 2-dimensional. Not only is it too large, but especially when there's a lot of other roads around it, you can get confused looking at that quite easily. Now another icon, and you can get this from Garmin Express, you don't even have to download it, is Navigon. That's what it's called, the Navigon icon. This one is actually quite good, both in 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional, because it's a circle and it's got enough contrast that this really works out. So for this one, again, you can go to go to Garmin Express, and then after that, there's a section in there called Utilities, and then you will see the Navigon icon available for download there, which I believe is available for everything. When I say everything, all Nuvies, I'm pretty sure every single Nuvi offers this Navigon vehicle icon download. You can get that. And I do quite like it because, again, in 2D or 3D, because it's really the only circle on here. Easy to follow, no problem. If I were to go with another one. Oh, and by the way, if you do like tons and tons of different icons to choose from, go back to my old videos, because I have archives of large archives of just hundreds, literally, of icons you can get. So, oh yeah, like if I was to use, oh, I actually have this in here. This is the one that I lifted out of the DriveSmart 50. This one looks good as a 3-dimensional, but as a 2-dimensional, no, because I got a shadow. I don't have that white outline. On video, that might look okay. While driving, not okay. It's not. Hence why the other arrow, 3-dimensional with the white outline, is better. Now if I was to do another fun style icon, here's a funny one about this one, the beach ball, which is a standard icon. This is actually okay, for as ridiculous as this sounds, because what happens in 3-dimensional or 2-dimensional mode, because it's animated, it will actually show you, it's too large, but it shows you what direction you're going. Weird, it's too large, but still, as a navigational tool, it does in fact work. Now if I was to pick another one here, this is one from the Boo bundle, as in BOO Halloween bundle. This one is okay for the most part because it's pointing. And when I look at it in 2-dimensional, it has enough contrast. It does work. But aside from all that, okay, let us just go back to the... Oh, I might as well show these. What are these things? These are pedestrian icons. It's meant for a walking mode. I borrowed these out of the... Which one was it? The 2250, I think. This one is actually... this one, not really that good. But this one, it's small. Yeah, in 3D, it's... No. But in 2D, because it's dark and it's got a high contrast arrow, that's actually pretty good. That's actually really good, actually, for 2-dimensional use. But let's go back to that 3D arrow. The general workhorse of the group is this one, because again, 3D looks great. You've got the shadow underneath, good contrast. Then switch over to 2D. You've got the white outline with the dark blue. Again, great contrast. Good overall workhorse icon to use. And again, if you need it, head to the link on Internet Archive and you can get it, and you get the vintage one too.